Dennis D. Nice, aka Denny in Virginia, aka The Doors professional and professional voice actor. And today, this is my daily live, letting you guys know what happened today, how I'm feeling. So, still not feeling great. Still don't really want to go out in public without this on. But once again, praying that today is the last day of that and that I can wrap it up. So, by the title, you can tell that today, big changes happened today. I quit a part-time job and recognize a major pattern in my life over the past couple of years that I failed to recognize ahead of time. So once again, I quit the job and it was 100% on me. It was not them. It was 100% on me. I felt the need to leave based upon, you're going to think I'm crazy, but kind of based upon my current predicament with this cold. So basically, what happened was earlier on this year, I quit a part-time job that I had for about a year. And what happened right before I quit was that I caught the plague or something. It wasn't COVID, right? I could still smell, I could still taste. I was just like super stuffy. I was coughing all the time. And I was just like, I caught the plague or something. And right at that moment was the moment where something major happened at work where I was like, I'm done. Cut the cord. I'm done. I quit. And I had decided on that day that I would work. I think I would work the last shift that I was scheduled for, and then I would not sign up for any other shifts. I would just quit. I would just be done. And so, bring it back to today, I realized that once again, something happened, right? And on that day I was like, I'm done. I quit. I'm over it. And then immediately after that, I was like, no, I'm just being extra. I'm just going to stay. And then as a result, strangely, after I decided, no, I'm just going to stay, it's okay, I got this. And for those of you who don't know, I paid my dues, okay? At the beginning of the year, I paid my dues of sickness. I am done. We don't do that over here anymore. And so I've just been contemplating, because I've been this way for a good solid 3 days now. 3 days now, I had been in this condition. And so it's given me some time to just think about things and start recognizing the pattern of, I really wish this wasn't the case, but it's feeling like when God is ready to let me go from a certain position at a job, he's like, I am going to either give you some event will happen on the job that will like rile you up to try to push you out of it, and or you're gonna get sick. And that is how you know it is time to move on to the next thing. Either the next job, the next entrepreneurial endeavor, the next weights, side hustle, the next DoorDash or whatever it might be to make money. Your time at that establishment is done. This is not a 100%, I'm sure this is what happened type thing, but this is my hypothesis, is that typically when I get that feeling of, oh, it's time to go, and then something else happens on the job that like reaffirms, oh, it's time to go, and then on top of that I get sick, go, leave, don't even think about it, you gotta go. And it's not necessarily on them, it's just like me being pushed out of that situation and into a new one, into the next era, into the next phase, you know? At that point, it's like, why am I here? Typically, this is just me trying to get my thoughts out again. I feel like it typically happens when I'm ready to go to the next step with God and my relationship with him and Jesus Christ and reading the word and getting closer to him and getting better discernment. Every time I kind of like make it to the next level of that, before I can get to that next level, I have to be honest in that basically I think he pushes me out of the job because it becomes nothing but a paycheck. I'm just working for the money, which is not, that is not what I am doing in this age of my life, in this season of my life. For the rest of my life, I will not work for the money, right? I am working for purpose. I am working on assignment. I am working to represent him in everything that I do. And I wasn't representing him in the job that I had at the beginning of this year, and I was not representing him properly at the job that I currently left, that I was there very briefly at. I think there was a reason why I got it in the first place, right? Sometimes, I've discussed this with my sibling, sometimes we feel like it's to pacify us because we're like, well, we need money and we need money now, but if I don't have a job, how am I supposed to get money? And so it's God just being like, shut up, and just giving you a pacifier. And then you get in there. The problem with the pacifier is not good. In order for you to grow up to get to the next level, you got to lose the pacifier. And so this is kind of him like yoinking that pacifier out of me and being like, look, am I your provider or not? You said I was your provider. Like, did you mean it? Did you actually mean and believe that I am your provider? Or is this job your provider? I think you forgot who provided you with the job. And so God giveth and he taketh away. And he has taketh away my health and my sanity, because I refused to acknowledge that I was seeing the job as a paycheck as opposed to an assignment. I wasn't seeing myself as having a role for the kingdom in that job. I was falling back into old habits of depending on the money from that job, the income from that job, to pay my bills. I'm continuously getting debt calls. I'm continuously getting emails. I'm continuously getting all this stuff. And so I was like, well, at least now I have something to pay off, like the phone bill, the very small ones, or like to kind of ward off some of the payments for my car and stuff like that. So at least I'm getting a little bit of something. And so I realized that I was once again idolizing the money from the job, and I was depending on the money from the job to cover me and not God. And that is not how we operate in 2024. We don't do that anymore. We are not here for a job. We are here for the job. If we're not representing him and the kingdom on our job, what are we doing there, you know? And so this is, don't do as I do, all right? He has got to tell you to move on before you move on. I would not advise this of anybody else. But based upon what happened earlier this year, I felt like it was time to move on. And so that was the short story long of what happened today. Also, besides that, recognizing the pattern of when it's time to move on with a job, typically I get sick or something happens, and something happens on the job that pushes me towards like, you gotta go, they don't care about you, get out of there. Or like, it just pushes my emotions to be like, okay, I'm telling you, move on. Hello, I'm letting you know this happened so you can move on. And I'm so like, but the money. But now I know the money is not enough. That's not why I'm here, right? It's not about the money. First of all, the money wasn't paying for everything anyway, so I don't even know why I fell into the trap of idolizing the money that I was getting from the job, because it wasn't even like a lot. I was thankful for it, and that's why I latched onto it, because I could pay little things with it. But I digress. So recognize the pattern of, I get sick, something happens, something major happens on the job to trigger me, and pooh, gotta eject myself from there. Time to move on to the next thing. Now, I can't tell you exactly what the next thing is, but I feel as though it is something that is like me getting my own money. I have another job lined up, but this one is the first time I'll be working with adults, and I love it. I love the idea of it, and also it's in line with something that I'm already doing, and so I'm feeling really, really good about this next one, not being for the paycheck, but being more in line with my purpose and helping the trajectory of the vision. Another thing that I did today, I was in support of someone at a event that happened, a vendor event. I donned my what is it called? My inflatable suit, my inflatable Christmas suit, and because traffic this year seemed like a lot less, even though the parking lot was full, it didn't seem like it was on and popping like it was last year. And so I donned my Christmas suit, and I try to advertise for them by putting a message on a whiteboard and just like standing for an hour in front of the turn to get into the space, just so that people were aware that a vendor market was happening, a holiday market was happening in that space. So that's just me trying to get out of my comfort zone and help advertise for local events and businesses and stuff. And lastly, I would like to report that I finished out the day. I'm currently in the parking lot at Barnes & Noble, and I finished out the day by reading another, I believe, three chapters of Atomic Habits, which is why, even though it's only 7:38, I'm doing this live. I usually do it a lot later, But I just finished reading a bit from Atomic Habits, and so it's like one of the habits is make it easy. I wanted to do it now while I was like, I'm very primed to do these in the car for some reason. It just feels natural. I know some people hate car videos. I know some people think it's lazy. I don't care. It is easy. It's easier for me to just do it in the car and get it over with. And so reading Atomic Habits, I think, help motivate me to do it now as opposed to later on, because when I get home, I'm going to eat, I'm going to be comfortable, and I might not feel like doing this live. And so I like to think of it as me actually implementing some of the things that I learned from Atomic Habits. And one of the things that I learned from it is to make it easy, make it convenient. What's convenient for me? Just turning on the camera in my car. Doing these lives, super convenient for me, creates content on my channel, and I get to talk about my day, get to talk about my feelings, talk about what I've done. And so I'm also journaling by doing this because I'm keeping a log of what I've been doing during the day. And so this is making it easy. Do a live. I don't have to edit it. I don't have to type anything. I can just talk and talk and talk, and then YouTube post it up there so that I can have it forever. And so I like to think that that is me applying some of the principles that I've been learning in Atomic Habits into my personal life, which is a big step for me as far as personal development is concerned, because in the past, what I would do, I would read and read and read and consume and consume, and I would not apply. That was the missing link. I was not doing any type of application. I was just consuming everything. And so all work works. So now I have a lot of head knowledge. And so I think I can give advice on stuff, but I really can't because I haven't really proven that I've done anything. But I can kind of, it's funny because I can kind of switch modes depending on which like mentor I've assigned to myself online and be like, I would give advice in this capacity. Or if I switch to this person, this is how I would give that person advice. So it's kind of fun to have all of this head knowledge, but it's not good for my life. And so I like to think that doing these lives and doing this right now, making it super easy, is my way of actually starting to apply the principles of Atomic Habits in my life. And the principle that I'm applying is make it easy. What is easy for me? Doing lives. Super easy for me. All I have to do, the only thing is like setting it up. But once I'm rolling, I'm rolling. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad. I'm just working on creating content for my personal brand, Denise Donovan, and verifying myself to prove that I'm a real human, because YouTube still thinks I'm not a real human. So I can't put no links in my description or my comments. I can't pin anything because it thinks that I'm not a real human, and it wants my social security number and my mother's maiden name. And you're not going to get it, YouTube, because I am a real human. I am. You don't need my social security number and my mother's maiden name. So for those of you who don't know, when you start a new YouTube channel now, it has this verification process to prove that you're a human. And basically it asks for like a photo and all this information from you to verify immediately, or you can wait about 3 months. But it's been more than 3 months, YouTube. It's been more than 3 months. And I think I posted enough to prove that I am a real person. And so this is me beefing with YouTube right now. If anybody in YouTube land gets a hold of this, just FYI, I'm a real person. Verify me. I demand it in the name of the Lord. Verify me. Starting tonight, verify me. I am the official Denise Donovan. There is no other. There's only me, myself, and I. So verify me, YouTube. So we have said it. We put it in the air. We put it in the atmosphere. I've claimed my verification. And so starting tonight, YouTube, you will verify me because I am a real person. I've been putting in this work, and you're going to verify me. And so that is me chastising the interwebs. Per Denise, you know. So I hope you guys had a fantastic day. I wanted to wrap up by saying, lastly, a random fact about me that I learned today is that I cannot study to lo-fi, whatever those like beats are. I can't study to it because I put on like a neo soul R&B one. And the problem with it is that it's super groovy. And so it's like, I want to groove, but when I want to groove, all I want to do is groove, right? I cannot simultaneously work and groove. I can't do this, you know. Either I'm grooving and I'm just in the music, or I'm working. And so I definitely favor the classical music, the classical studying music. I have both a classical playlist, a flute playlist, as well as I tune into like the classical playlist on YouTube randomly. I just pick a random one, music for studying, because yeah, I can't groove and study or work at the same time. I know some people can, but For me, lo-fi, whatever it is, it's chilling music. So it's like if it's in a lounge somewhere and you're not actually trying to get work done, but you're trying to just have a conversation, it creates a good vibe, a good chill vibe. But it's like, I'm not trying to chill. I'm not trying to chill. I'm trying to get my work done. I'm trying to focus. So I don't understand how you guys are chilling and working at the same time. How do you do that? How can you be chill and calm and cool and collected and also doing all this? Doing some spreadsheets, writing up documents, writing a novel, making a New York Times bestseller, but you're chilling and grooving. That doesn't make any sense to me. So that is just a random fact that I learned about myself, is that I cannot chill and groove and do work at the same time. So those lo-fi beats, useless to me when it comes to doing work. So yeah, that's all I have for my update today. Going back in time, December 7th, 2024. I hope you guys had a wonderful, beautiful, fantastic day. Let me know what you guys are up to, because it's not just about me, it's about you. I want to cheer you on. Let me know what's happening in your life. What did you do today? What did you accomplish? What did you fail at? Let me know in the comments so that I can actually cheer you on as well. So I hope you had a fantastic day. And all I have to say is goodbye.